Welcome to Soothing Pod's meditation. In this meditation, we will explore the understanding that peace begins within us, rather than it being something bestowed upon us by an external object or person. Before we begin this exploration, however, I invite you to take a couple of minutes to settle into this space. Bringing yourself to a comfortable, upright position, seated on the floor, or on a bench, or in a chair. Straighten the spine, soften the shoulders, and then gently close your eyes. As the body settles down, invite your mind to follow suit. Let it leave all thoughts aside for the next 10 minutes or so as you grant yourself permission to mindfully explore what lives within. Now, turn your attention more intimately towards your breath, letting this life force flow through you with grace and ease. With each full breath that flows through, allow yourself to soften a bit further with each exhale. Relax the forehead, the jaw, the shoulders, the belly, and your hips, inviting any and all physical tension to melt away where it feels safe and natural to do so. Now, take just a few more slow and steady breaths here before we begin our exploration of inner peace. Peace is not something that can be granted to us by another. It is not something that can be provided through acquisition of an object, a relationship, a bigger house, or a better job. Peace is something that comes from within. There are many times in life when we imagine we would finally be at peace, finally content, if we were to have a certain income, a certain partner, or a certain object. And while all of these things might provide us, for a moment, with a sense of love or fulfillment, the peace they bring is not lasting. Why? Because the object itself is never the source of peace. The peace that comes arises from within. In the words of Eckhart Tolle, you find peace not by rearranging the circumstances of your life, but by realizing who you are at the deepest level. Now, this is not to deny or invalidate the need we each have for physical safety. When our survival is threatened, perhaps due to war, natural disaster, or abuse, moving to another environment is absolutely a movement towards peace. This meditation, however, is an exploration of inner peace, of the peace we find beneath any movements of the mind. We can tap into our innate peace by being with the silence and the spaciousness that floats within. To explore this, take a moment to come back to the breath, grounding once again into this present moment. Notice what arises in your awareness, whether that be a thought, a belief, or a physical sensation, and then let it pass like a cloud as swiftly as it came. Imagine that everything that comes to you now, and that later comes to you in the material world, is as transitory as a cloud. You, the one witnessing it, are the vast open sky that pervades it. Spend a few moments in silence now, watching your inner clouds come and go. Let it be okay that things arise in your mind. But do not hold on to whatever presents itself. Remain completely open to every moment, letting things come and letting things go. Use your breath to ground you as often as is needed. Can you sense the peace that rests beneath any experience you can identify? Can you sense the spaciousness that exists here? This is the peace within. This is the peace that pervades everything. Now, I invite you to bring your hands to your heart as you silently repeat the following words to reaffirm this practice. Peace begins within. Peace begins within. Peace begins within. Return your attention to the natural ebb and flow of your breath. And then to the earth beneath you. When you are ready, gently open your eyes. I hope you enjoyed today's meditation. See you again.